before the bust, there's always a moment of calm, a moment of quiet before things really get extremely big. And potentially what we're seeing right now after this double bottoming formation on Bitcoin, as well as Bitcoin dominance actually looking to maybe finally start giving some life into Bitcoin itself and postponing alt season, but giving Bitcoin the rally that many are waiting for. I think it's about time to go big or go even bigger, because going home is simply not an option. However, we do have to admit this isn't good. We had Jim Cramer on CNBC saying that he thinks crypto is fine and he's using it as insurance against the nearly $40 trillion in debt that the US has. That's not good. Also, I believe he tweeted, "Buy crypto because of our national debt." The reason I say this isn't good is because Jim Cramer is known for not necessarily predicting things accurately. In fact, he's known for inversely predicting things or predicting the opposite of what is good. So in bearish news, that's what we have. In bullish news, however, we do have Bitcoin October is only 2 days away. Specifically, when September closes green, Bitcoin tends to keep rallying for quite a while. In 2015 and 2016, we had 3 or more green months after green September. In 2023, we had 6 more green months after that green September. In 2024, we had another 2 green months. But in all cases, prices ended up much higher. And Q4 starts this week. So this is big. Also, we did see massive 2 of its 3 biggest liquidation events in the entire year of 2025 happened in just the last few days. Almost $3 billion in long liquidation leverage has been wiped. What does that mean? Well, we did see that the price of Bitcoin had a drop all the way down to about 108,000 at the lows set back a couple days ago. Before that, the lows of August were at about 107,000, but kind of shaping up really nicely to be a really nice double bottom pattern on Bitcoin before the next leg up. And if we look, that's a lot of dumpiness. That's a lot of long liquidations, but the price of Bitcoin seems to just bounce back every single time. Obviously, if you look at the entire history of Bitcoin, that's exactly what it does. It just bounces back harder and stronger than anyone could ever imagine. Right now, currently, we also have the Bitcoin RSI hidden bullish divergence showing that Bitcoin is likely to head higher in the short term. We're currently approaching trendline resistance, actually. And in other news, we do have a CME gap around that was just formed right now around 110,000. In the last quarter, in the last 4 months, we've actually seen all of these get filled. Are we likely to see another drop below 100 or to 110,000? Hey, it's possible. Right now we're at 113.5. What would that be? If we had another little drop down to about 110, that'd be about a 2 or 3% drop. Totally on par for what we see with Bitcoin price. So something to, keep yourself centered instead of getting shaken out in the short term. But we also see Bitcoin dominance is moving up. And we've seen that for the last week or so. Bitcoin dominance will rally towards 61% roughly is what Ted on X says this month before the next leg down in Bitcoin dominance, meaning altcoins finally get some momentum. Unfortunately, if you're heavy in alts, we have not gotten a true signal yet that alts are about to rally. In fact, as I've been saying in this video, it looks like Bitcoin is maybe setting itself up to make another big move. And if Bitcoin is following gold with about a 100-day lag, which I think is likely, then Bitcoin's going to rally here in the next month or so, especially sometime before the end of 2025, big time. We have about 3 full months left of 2025. We have all of October, all of November, and all of December. 3 months, a lot can happen. And historically, those 3 months, actually a lot does happen. Those final 3 months of the year is where most of this happens. Q4 starts this week, bring it on. Q4 is a very big time period for crypto and also stocks in general, risk on assets in general. We see the Bitcoin power curve cycle cloud forecasts an explosive October. I have no idea what this indicator is, but it says it's bullish, so that's pretty cool. Look at this crazy indicator. Bitcoin power curve cycle cloud. I'm not going to pretend like I've seen this a million times. But hey, if it says price going up, sounds pretty good to me, right? Just kidding, but also, yeah. And so far this cycle, quarter 4 has been where the real fun happens. As I've just talked about, quarter 4, just historically for Bitcoin, actually is very good, very bullish. It's about to start again, says GLNX. Bring it on. What do you think? What do you think these final 3 months, as we're finally setting the stage with these rate cuts that have been confirmed, and we've already gotten some, but really the doors have been opened for bullishness. We've got ourselves set up with a M2 correlation as well as a gold correlation that are showing that Bitcoin, if they're actually correlated to those two things, will be going up soon. And we've also seen peak fear hit. Mr. CryptoNX says bottom is in. Time for new Bitcoin all-time highs. We have seen a lot of fear, specifically recently. So far, these have been like higher lows on this fear and greed index indicator here. And Bitcoin itself, I think, is in store for a very good end to this year. But we have to finish the end of this month first, which we still have 2 days left of this month. So let's see how this month turns out. Obviously, Bitcoin dominance is finally maybe getting actually a bounce right around this level, right around that 56% dominance level, kind of where we bounced right here back in 2020, kind of where we faced resistance back here in 2019. This level, 56% or so, has been a pretty big level for Bitcoin dominance. It is where we kind of dropped down to, but Bitcoin dominance held support there back in November and December of last year. Then it bounced. And so could we be seeing another bounce for Bitcoin dominance? Sure. It looks that way, especially considering it looks like Bitcoin might be actually setting up for a move, which would put a pause on altcoins going up. ETH and the total altcoin charts, though, they both still look very good. They're basically still where they're at, or still where they've been out for the past couple of months. Haven't really moved. They're kind of just sitting right on the edge there, but not really a big dump or pump has happened, just kind of still sideways. I mean, ETH is still literally at all-time highs. So again, that's still, even if ETH isn't like set to imminently pump here, it's in a really good position. You know, it's right at those previous all-time highs set back in 2021. Bitcoin specifically, with this potential double bottoming pattern that has formed here, with this being the bottom, this being the second bottom, double cheeked up. You could say like these are double cheeks, like these are cheeks. Yeah, so right now coming to the 21 and 50-day moving averages, that's where we're at right now. Are we going to get rejected here? Are we going to pump straight through it and go giga mode? Hey, that's possible. That's actually pretty bullish. And yeah, look at this weekly chart of Bitcoin, and I have to only present to you this to show you how bullish Bitcoin is. I mean, yes, this is the past 2 years, up, up, up only. And right now we're bouncing right at the 21-week moving average. 100K would be a gift from the gods if we actually got sent back down there, a gift to buy it. I'm not convinced we're going to get that. We've actually, as I just said, we've seen two of the biggest liquidation events in the past year, just in the past week, and Bitcoin just keeps getting bought up. We're seeing a lot of liquidations, a lot of sell pressure that comes out, and Bitcoin just like barely drops. And even when it does drop, it pumps right back up. There's a lot of buy pressure is all that means. There's a lot of people buying it. There's a lot of institutions buying it. There's a lot of capital flowing into Bitcoin. And I don't think that's going to be changing in the next few months. In fact, I think that's going to be growing in the next few months. And I don't think this chart you see here, the 21-day or 21-week right here, 50-week, again, right? If it dropped down to here, this would be a gift from the gods to buy it. I don't think we will get that chance, but if it does, it would be a gift to buy that. There's a lot of buy pressure here. It's a very in-demand asset, rightfully so. As you all know, I'm basically completely net worthed into it. It is, in my opinion, the best thing that we have to invest in and store value, keep our wealth. And I think more and more people are waking up to that. More and more institutions are waking up to that. More and more companies are waking up to it. And this thing isn't stopping, in my opinion. I could be wrong, of course. For the past 8 years, I haven't been. Like, I've been buying it for the past 8 years, and I've been tremendously successful doing so. Will I be wrong one day? Sure, I'm always open to that possibility. I'm not saying I can't be wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I just don't think that's super likely. But like I said, hey, anything could happen. I don't know any more than anyone else, except, so what's the DXY doing? So it looks like garbage sideways. I mean, to be honest as well, I haven't been posting videos every day pretty much because not much has been happening. I mean, look at all these charts you see on this screen. a lot of it is just sideways, right? Let me get rid of this. But a lot of this is just sideways. We've just basically been going sideways for the most part. So not much has happened, but we are getting indications from gold and the money supply and even stocks. And I think we're going to go higher soon. But big things are coming. But how big is the question? The answer? Really big. And you have 9 days left. Sign up with Femex to get a free $10 up to an additional also free $2,000, and with deposit bonuses up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses. Without any further ado, it's free.